This is part two of the story of the lockdown. Aubrey was left with Rick because Rick sent the other guys with the dad to get the money. So Aubrey used this time thinking she could escape. So she told him she had to go to the bathroom. Well, she broke the window and almost escaped, but he burst in the door and grabbed her. And he put her in handcuffs and taped her mouth shut and told her that he said, "You better never try that again." So she was scared, but she was thinking of a way that she could escape. He started talking to her and he told her, he said, "I'm not the bad guy you think I am." And she said, "Well, then why are you doing this to us?" He said, "Because they needed to basically get money so they could get out of town." And that was the house they found. And they sat there in silence for a little while. And then he looked at her arm and noticed it was bruised. And he asked her, "What happened to your arm?" And she said, "Well, why do you care? Like, you did this to me. Like, you basically kidnapped us, but he didn't put the bruises on her arm." And he knew that. So he asked her again, "Who put the bruises on your arm?" She told him that it was her ex-boyfriend. And as they're talking, he gets a phone call from the guys telling him that they've got the money. So Rick tells Aubrey this is all almost over and everything's going to go back to normal. And she looks at him and she says, "How can you say everything's going to go back to normal? Because for me, it's not." And he's a little bit taken back by what she said. And he doesn't say anything. But he's also like, what happened to this girl? Why is she the way she is? And it fascinates him because he wants to find out what's going on with her. And she starts to have another panic attack. And he's trying to help her, and she tells him to stay away from her. So he tells her, he gives her a blanket and he says, "Wrap this around you." And she does it, but she's like, "How do you know this will help?" He's like, "Because I have panic attacks." He said, "I've had panic attacks since my stepdad." And she tells him that she's had panic attacks for about 3 years. And he asks her, "What happened 3 years ago?" Well, Aubrey doesn't want to talk about that night. She's kept it a secret for 3 years and she wants to keep it a secret. They hear a car pull up and It's the guys and her dad coming back. So they get the money, and the guys tell Rick that it's time to go. And Rick's like, we're taking the girl. And the dad's like, no, you're not taking her. I won't let that happen. And he's like, you don't have a choice. And the girl is in a panic. I'm going to stop the story there. Thank you guys for watching.